Transmission media. Transmission media, otherwise known as communication media. What's the role of transmission media or communication media in computer network? Or in other words, how the data is transmitted across the networks. How the data is transmitted from one computer to another computer. Transmission media or communication media can be grouped into two categories. That means there are two types of communication media. There are two types of transmission media, and they are guided media, otherwise known as wired technologies, unguided media, otherwise known as wireless technologies. Guided media. Guided media include cables. The basic types of cables are twisted pair cable, coaxial cable, and optical fiber cable. Twisted pair cable. The most common form of wiring in data communication application is twisted pair cable. It consists of two identical wires wrapped up together in a double helix. The wire comes in pairs and the pairs of wires are twisted around each other. A special type of twisted pair cable known as Cat5 or Cat6 is mostly used in specific type of LAN, namely Ethernet. Hence it is also known as Ethernet cable. Coaxial cable. This type of cable consists of a solid wire surrounded by one or more foil or wire shields, each separated by some kind of plastic insulator. The inner core carries the signal and the shield provides the ground. It is widely used for television signals. Thicknet and thinnet are the most commonly used coaxial cables. Optical fiber. Optical fiber consists of a thin strands of glass-like material which are so constructed that they carry light from a source at one end of the fiber to a detector at the other end. The light sources used are either LEDs or LEDs. The data to be transmitted is modulated onto the light beam using frequency modulation techniques. These signals can then be picked up at the receiving end and demodulated. Common types of fiber optics cables are single node and multi-node. Unguided media. Unguided media include waves through air, water or vacuum. The different types of unguided media are microwave, radio wave and satellite. Microwaves. Microwave signals are similar to radio and television signals and used for long distance communication. Microwave transmission consists of transmitter, receiver and the atmosphere. In microwave communication, parabolic antennas are mounted on towers to send a beam to the other antennas tens of kilometers away. The microwave transmission is line of sight transmission. A line of sight signal passes through the atmosphere, originated from a dish antenna, travels in straight line, free of material obstacles, and received by another dish antenna. Radio wave. The transmission making use of radio frequencies is termed as radio wave transmission. Any radio setup has two parts, transmitter and the receiver. Transmitter takes some sort of message, encodes it onto a sine wave and transmit it with radio waves. The receiver receives the radio waves and decodes the message from the sine wave it receives. Both the transmitter and the receiver use antennas to radiate and capture the radio signals. Satellites. Satellite communication is a special case of microwave relay system. In satellite communication, the Earth station consists of a satellite dish that functions as an antenna and communication equipment to transmit and receive data from satellites. Satellites accept data or signal from an Earth station, amplifies them and retransmit it to the another Earth station. Other unguided media. First one, infrared. This type of transmission uses infrared light to send data. The infrared light transmits data through the air and can propagate throughout a room, but will not penetrate walls. Infrared transmission is considered to be a secure one. Example, TV remotes, automotive garage doors, wireless speakers, etc. Laser. The laser transmission requires the use of a laser transmitter and a photosensitive receiver at each end. The laser transmission is point-to-point transmission. It can be adversely affected by the weather. Bluetooth. Bluetooth is a short-range wireless connection. Bluetooth requires a low-cost transceiver chip be included in each device. Connections can be point-to-point or multi-point. Data communication terminologies. Data channel. A channel is the medium used to carry information or data from one point to another. BAUD. It is the unit of measurement for the information carrying capacity of a communication channel. BAUD is synonymous with BPS, bits per second. KBPS, kilobits per second, rate of 1000 bits per second. Capital K BPS, rate is 1000 bytes per second, that means kilobytes per second. MBPS, million bits per second. Capital M BPS, million bytes per second. Bandwidth, the amount of information traveling through a single channel at any one point of time. High bandwidth channels are called broadband channels and low bandwidth channels are called narrowband channels. Bandwidth is directly proportional to the amount of data transmitted.